What's going on, everybody? C4 here. Welcome back to the channel, and today we are here for another Madden 21 realistic rebuild, this time with the Las Vegas Raiders playing tonight in this game, this very game right here against the Chargers. 7-6, 4-9. The Raiders are clinging on by a thread to try and find a way to squeeze into the playoffs. It's not complete, like they are that bubble team. I feel like the Patriots are out, Denver is out, Texans, I mean, none of these guys are making it, but Raiders are a team that if they could put together a couple results, especially that Week 16 game, that's going to be a massive one against the Miami Dolphins, they may be able to squeak into the playoffs. So it's always going to be a little bit weird here in the first episodes of these realistic rebuilds because it just makes sense if it's a realistic rebuild to just take over where they currently are in the season. And obviously, we're not going to be able to do that for every team because we're getting to a point in time where, you know, it's only a matter of 3 weeks where that, you know, if this first year is going to be kind of weird. But we still got more than enough time here with the Raiders to do some damage. So what I'm thinking, in terms of gameplay, I am going, we'll play this one. Makes sense because it's the night game. We'll play this game because I want to actually kind of play the Miami game too, but that might just be a little too much influence over trying to make the playoffs because that is really the big game right there against the Dolphins Week 16. But, I mean, you know, if the Raiders went out 10-6, we'll be good enough to make the playoffs in the AFC. I don't know why I don't have the playoff board here, but I guess it is what it is. Quickly looking at our roster, 83 overall, 88 offense, 79 defense. Paul Gunther, the defensive coordinator, was just fired, and rightfully so. I thought that was a ridiculous hire to have in the first place, given that he wasn't very good with Cincinnati. But let's meet our roster. So at quarterback here, we have Derek Carr, 83. He's played well this season. You know, Derek Carr is one of those guys that I think is always going to be a fringe top 10 quarterback. Can play like a top 10 quarterback, but the consistency, it has never really been there for Derek Carr, unfortunately. But in terms of Madden, he is a good Madden quarterback. Athletically, he has the speed, athleticism to make plays. 91 throw power, 93 short accuracy. Like, he's a really good Madden quarterback. For the sake of a potentially 5-year rebuild, though, that's where it gets a little interesting. He's 29, 83. That's probably his ceiling. Like, we might, like, he's pretty close to going up to an 84 overall. But I would be shocked if we could get him much higher than an 85 before he starts losing some points. But for the time being, he is our quarterback. And we got Mariota as a very, very expensive backup. Can't wait to get that contract off the books. And then you got Peter Goat. Running backs, you have one of the best power backs in the NFL. Josh Jacobs, already a 91 overall in his second season in the NFL. 22 superstar dev. He is the piece. If you're from Alabama, you are going to be one of our pieces to build around on the offensive side of the ball. Beyond that, the running back room is not bad, but it's a one-man show, which is good because for the sake of the sim, we just want Josh Jacobs dominating and getting him to a 99 overall sooner than later. We have Ingold, is one of the best young fullbacks in the NFL. Tyrell Williams, an expensive option at wide receiver, has been hurt this year, banged up. 28 star dev. I'm pretty sure he's in a contract year. Maybe not, but he's a guy that will be interesting to see. Because, look, we can save $11 million right away. Aguilar, painfully as a Philadelphia Eagle fan, kind of having a breakout year with you guys. I think if we're going to get into some football breakdowns, I think having no fans is helping Nelson Aguilar. Nelson Aguilar has been a guy that's always flashed with the Philadelphia Eagles, never quite lived up to the first-round hype, had some drop issues, but it was always, it seemed like mental was the biggest thing. And the fact that there's no fans, you know, he doesn't have to really worry about all that stuff as much as when he was in Philadelphia. He can just focus more on football in the game in hand. And there's been a lot less concentration drops, and he looks like a viable option for the Raiders. Renfro is a really solid slot wide receiver, 77 with a star dev. Definitely a guy we can build around. Zay Jones, Brian Edwards. I thought Brian Edwards was a very good value pick there for the Raiders. But all eyes are on Henry Ruggs. 77 hidden depth. I'm pretty sure that's a superstar. So, yeah, young Alabama players are what we're going to try to build around here on offense in Josh Jacobs and Henry Ruggs. But very good wide receiver room, especially for Madden. Tight ends, we have Darren Waller. Is there a better story in the NFL than Darren Waller? There might be, but there's not a whole lot, as he's a 91 overall superstar, a bona fide. I think he's the third best tight end in the NFL. It's really tier 1, which is Kelsey and Kittle, and then tier 2, it might just be Darren Waller by himself. Zach Ertz, having a down year. Maybe if you're taking the averages, Zach Ertz and Darren Waller are probably in that tier with like Mark Andrews and stuff. But Darren Waller is sensational, and it's an awesome story. And like I was thinking, I'm going to talk to my tax lady and see if I can get some jerseys and stuff like that for like the background when I usually have my webcam. I didn't feel like putting on a webcam today. And I was like, all right, I've always kind of thought like maybe getting a jersey of someone from the 32 teams. And if I did active players, not legends and stuff, Darren Waller might be my pick here on the Raiders. He's just a guy that's really, really easy to get behind. Jason Witten sucks. He's old. I don't know why he came out of retirement. He's taking snaps away from Moreau as a star dev, but that is what it is. Offensive line, Colton Miller at one point looked like a surefire bust. Like when we did our Raiders series 2 years ago, looked like a surefire bust. But now he's really carved out a nice niche here. Like that's a really nice looking tackle. 79 star dev, only 24, so that's great. Left guard, we have Richie Incognito. I'm pretty sure we'll just retire, but he's solid. Hudson, one of the best centers in the NFL, maybe the second best center after Jason Kelsey. Gabe Jackson is expensive, but not a liability. And then at right tackle, we have superstar dev Trent Brown. Eater World, 6'8", 380. My God. Out of Florida. And I'll tell you right this, I'm usually pretty good at guessing when a Florida Gator is going to be good. This is one I missed. He wasn't anything special at Florida. He wasn't bad. He was definitely draftable, but I did not see him becoming one of the better tackles in the NFL, which he very much has. Defensively is where they have a lot of issues. From a Madden standpoint, Max Crosby's solid. 23.79 with a star dev. Right defensive end, we have Furl, who's, I guess having a better year than he did as a rookie. A little bit better year as a rookie, but generally speaking, Madden is fine. In real life, they desperately need edge rush help. Like, that is where the Raiders have to go in the first round. Defensive end, and help find someone that can just generate pressure, because it's just not good enough. A defensive tackle, we have Hankins here. Mo Hurst, channel legend. I'm not too worried about that. Hankins and Hurst are solid. I mean, Hankins is getting up there in age a little bit, but generally speaking, that defensive line from a Madden standpoint is not bad. I've seen a lot uglier. Linebacking core here, we have Raekwon McMillan, who they traded from the Miami Dolphins. He's a solid user linebacker. Maybe there's something we could develop there. Hopefully, at the end of the season, he goes up to a star dev, but he's only on a one-year deal. We have Nick Kwiatkowski, who I thought was a very good signing. He was like my desired #1 signing for the Philadelphia Eagles last offseason, and he's probably been your guys' best free agency signing. I don't know, between him and Aguilar, I would guess. Right outside linebacker, we have Corey Littleton, who's been a little less than what you're looking for, I guess. You paid him big money coming over from the Rams, but he's still not a bad player. Tanner Muse is also a guy I want to keep an eye on going forward, just from a skill set standpoint. If he can, even just 1 year start and go up to a star dev, there might be something there. Strap the rocket boosters to his development. Secondary, Trayvon Mullen having a nice year, 22.81. We have Joyner here. I kind of want to move him back to safety, if I'm being honest with you. Like, I feel like we can just take him, make him a free safety. I'm going to do that before I even look at the free safety spot, because that's where he should play. The last time he was playing his best football was when he was a free safety with the Rams. We have Arnett Jr., who was a reach, I thought, in the first round. He's been solid, like a solid rookie. Well, it doesn't look like a ridiculous pick. Lawson, Isaiah Johnson, Amik Robertson, who I really did like that draft pick. I don't know. That'll be the first little question there. Has Amik Robertson looked solid for you guys if you're a Raiders fan? I would like to know about how his performance has been this season. But in terms of corners, Isaiah Johnson, height, weight, speed, that's probably going to be our three. Mullen, Arnett, and Johnson. Free safety, I just moved Joyner there because Jeff Heath is not particularly great. Eric Harris, it is what it is. Joyner is going to be our free safety. Strong safety, we have Abrams Tank. Jonathan Abrams, 75 star dev. One of my favorite players from that Raiders series. Still going strong. Carlson's a solid kicker. And I don't know a damn thing about that punter. But we have gone through the roster. I have a direction. We know the strengths. We know the weaknesses. Now it's time to see if we can salvage this 2020 season with the Raiders. Maybe firing Paul Gunther was a move that had to be made. Here in Week 15, let's try and get the dub. Oh, let's go. Let's go, Josh Jacobs. Run through their whole team. We're going to need you to do that. All right, 3rd and 3. We got Renfro on the slot. Ruggs, slants. Oh, right. We got to go to Renfro. There we go. Easy does it. Oh! Josh Jacobs does not have great speed. Doesn't have get away from the cop speed, but he has put us in a great spot speed. 3rd and goal from the 5. This time we ran this play, it worked good. Renfro, Ruggs. Hunter Renfrow, first touchdown of the Raiders rebuild. 1st and 10 on the 31. Offense is operating. I think we could say that. Gotta get Darren Waller going here a little bit. We haven't have a chance to hit 1,000 yards for Darren Waller this year. I can't remember the last time I hit 1,000 yards with a tight end. Oh, that's late. That's late, and he still makes the play. Darren Waller. I mean, the Chargers defense is pretty bad. Even though they have a lot of name value, they're just not playing well, and we're taking full advantage. Eggy! Nelson Aguilar. There we go. I might have to re-sign Nelson Aguilar. 1st and goal on the 2. Pretty confident that I'm just going to keep this on the ground with Josh Jacobs until we can get it. Do not respect the Chargers run defense. Jeez, he does it, man. Power backs are awesome. What do you guys like? Do you prefer power backs or elusive backs to Madden 21? I personally, I have a funner time with the powers. Oh, let's go. And it's not the Jets, but the defense is almost as bad. Ruggs, 75 yards. 3rd and 2, and there you go. Swear to God, I'm playing this. It's all pro. It's not all Madden. I'm not sweating my ass off here, but it shouldn't be this cupcake easy. Oh, let's go, Darren Waller, baby. Oh, yeah, let's punch it in. Man, I'm pretty sure the last time I played my girlfriend, she played better than this all-Madden, or all-pro defense. Josh Jacobs in. Hey, it's a good day to pad everyone's stats. Hopefully, this is a sign of things going forward. This is going to be explosive offense. Derek Carr, sensational. 400 yards, 4 touchdowns, 80% completion percentage. $160 for Jacobs, over 100 yards for Ruggs, well over 100 yards for Waller. Waller might have even had 200. Look at that. I mean, he almost had 200 2 weeks ago. He's on fire. He's unstoppable. On his day, Darren Waller is simply unstoppable. All right, we have free agents. We have some other things we need to talk about, but this is a big game. We're going to play the moments. We'll play it almost like it's a playoff game. If things are like 3-0, 3-0, 3-0, maybe we'll hop in for a drive with the offense. But generally, I just want a first-hand seat to see if we can play ourselves into a playoff position. We still have some work to do, though. We're not in control. The Raiders are behind the Ravens. The Ravens and the Colts are the 2 teams that we need to gain some ground on. We go a long way doing that if we can knock off the 8-6 Dolphins. We have a breakout scenario here. I think that's Trayvon Mullen. Very good young corner. Our best corner on the roster, sitting on a normal dev. So probably not going to hold less than 200 passing yards. Then again, Tua has had a couple stinkers here, but might be more so stats based for us to achieve that dev trade scenario. But let's get into it, man. The Dolphins are a team this year defensively. That's how they've been able to be so impressive. Hey, look, they got a turnover actually on the first play of the game. It's not what you're looking for, but at least we got some points on our second drive. We need our defense that showed up and pretty much manhandled the Chargers to show up this week. Just a murderer's row of the who's who of the 2020 quarterback class. We're looking good. Maybe the next offensive drive I'll come in if we stall, like at a 3rd down. There we go. We'll come in on this one. On the 50, 6 yards to go. Probably going to drop back and try to find our boy Darren Waller. Maybe a Renfrow first down. Let's go bench pivot. Renfrow, Waller on the right-hand side there. First down, looking for 6 yards. Oh, Renfrow wide open. Secure catch. Gain of 12. Derek Carr is playing very well. I think with those 2 passing touchdowns, he's up to 30 on the year and over 4,000 yards passing. So a really stellar year from Derek Carr. Playing very much so like a top 10 quarterback. And it looks like we're going to settle for a field goal on this drive. So 3 points. Playoffs on the line. And we got it. We got it. We're alive. It's all going to come down to week 17. As you can see here, 2017. Close. It's a close matchup. 2 actually played fairly well. Derek Carr, though, I'm impressed. Very impressed. Not a great game for Josh Jacobs, but I do know with that 60 yards, he went over 1,000 on the year. 90 yards for Ruggs, 94 yards and a touchdown for Darren Waller. What a beast. Defensively, Kotowski had 14 tackles. Mullen, I think with the 2 TFLs. That's a depth trait. Right? Wasn't that one of the things? 2 interceptions, 2 sacks, 2 I think TFLs was in it. So we might have Mullen up to a star dev, which is a huge, huge get for this team going forward in this rebuild. And we did get it for Mullen. 2 TFLs. I'll take. That's like a backdoor cover to get a dev trade for your corner with the TFLs, but it is what it is, and we'll take it. Week 17, you know the 6-9 Denver Broncos, who are out of the playoffs, would love to play spoiler and ruin our season. Look at the playoff picture. Not much change. The Colts and the Ravens are still ahead of us. And I mean, there's still a chance we win this game. We don't make the playoffs, but at least we did our job, going 3-0 in the games that we could control. But I just want to look at negotiations here. How much money do we have? Not bad. We have an okay amount of money. Looking at who is worth re-signing, though, that is a entirely different beast. I was thinking about McMillan, but there's no way I'm giving a 73 linebacker $18 million. I can just draft one. Hack McKinley with the dev trait there, but he's not better than what we already have. I don't know if I want Aguilar for 3 years. You know, I think Brian Edwards has a lot of upside, but I mean, maybe Hank only wants a 1 year. If he takes that, of course he wants more money. We might just clean shop here, hit free agency with a bunch of money, and we can re-sign these guys if we want once they hit the open market. I think that's what we're gonna do. Let's get in. Week 17, playoffs potentially on the line against the 6-9 divisional rival Denver Broncos. All right, on the road, Mile High Stadium. This is honestly like a scenario I could see 100%. Like the Raiders this year, this would be a thing where like, oh, they win and they're in against Denver that's not playing for, and the Raiders would still find a way to lose. Like that'd be the most Raider 2020 thing ever. Seems like they win the tough games, lose the easy games. But let's think positively here. As you can see, our offense is struggling, but 3 field goals is still something. It's still a lead. My God. All right, working Daniel Carlson here. This might come back to bite us in the ass, though. You can only settle for field goals for so long until it's just, the expectations are you're going to suck. There we go. 9-point lead. We got a touchdown there. Nice. No. I don't want to lose this way. I do not. I'll play defense. A little bit defense. If you've been watching the Eagles series, and if you're not, what are you doing? I see Forsman playing good defense. Mohurst! There we go. We should have been a sack. And they have Kaepernick at quarterback. Oh my God! Why is that a thing? Why is that a thing? Yeah, I still don't know how Mohurst didn't sack Colin Kaepernick on that play. Why is Colin Kaepernick? No. I hate this. I hate everything about this. Absolutely disgusted. They probably got a play or two left. Like if we get a sack, which is probably not going to happen. Okay. It's literally going to come down to the last play. Colin Kaepernick on the 1-yard line. Oh, I'm sorry. If you're watching this as a Raider fan, I'm sorry that this is happening. I don't know how Mohurst didn't sack him on that very first play of defense. Oh, he didn't catch it! Oh my God. What is this? 3rd and goal, 1 second left on the 1. Come on, Colin Kaepernick sucks! Fuck! Fuck! Come on! Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I actually can't believe that's how this ended. So let's see, silver lining. Would we have still made the playoffs? Like if we weren't, we wouldn't have. If there had to be a silver lining, if we won, we wouldn't have made the playoffs either way. I guess I can live with that. As we finish the year out, statistically speaking, Derek Carr played well. Top 10 quarterback. 7th in yards, 11th in touchdowns 4,300 yards, 30 touchdowns, 9 picks. That's a good year for Derek Carr. Like, that's, yeah, top 10 quarterback numbers. Running the ball, 1,100 yards, 12 touchdowns for Josh Jacobs, who did miss, 2-3 games. So if he played the full, we might have been, playing himself into a superstar X factor based upon that production. Receiving 101 catches, 1,100 yards, 10 touchdowns for Darren Waller, who hopefully, maybe we get a superstar X factor out of it. Renfro 7-4, 7-7 for Aguilar, 703 for Henry Ruggs. Not a bad, maybe slightly disappointing, slightly underwhelming rookie season for Ruggs, considering he was the first wide receiver selected this year. But he wasn't really involved. Like, he was a decoy for like most of the season, which I mean, I guess but like I feel like you probably could have manufactured some of Nelson Aguilar's touches towards Henry Ruggs. On a defensive standpoint, Kwiatkowski led the team, 96 tackles, 2 sacks, and a pick. We had 10.5 sacks for Max Crosby. That's a good year. As you can see, massive drop-off for everyone else on the team. 3 picks, Abram. 3 for Trayvon Mullen, who is a shiny new star devs, looking one hell of a young player. Heath had 3 picks. Sure, Dallas Cowboy legend. Kicker was really good as well. Daniel Carr, we might have kicker of the year. 35 of 37. Outstanding. Overall, we have the 3rd offense in the NFL. I mean, John Gruden's, that's what he does. John Gruden, this is what he does. Aaron Rodgers ends up winning the MVP. In the AFC Offensive Player of the Year went to Patrick Mahomes. Derek Carr coming in at 8. Defensive Player of the Year went to Myles Garrett. Offensive Rookie of the Year went to Justin Herbert. Defensive Rookie of the Year went to Patrick Queen. Best quarterback, Derek Carr coming in at 6. Best running back, Josh Jacobs at 3. Best wide receiver, nothing. Best lineman, Hudson at 5. Incognito at 9. Max Crosby at 7 for D-line. Runner-up, didn't he have the best kicker? I mean, Sanders had a hell of a year, I guess. All right, we'll get into, let's do free agency, and then we'll finish up with the draft where you guys can help me out with where we should go in the first round. Dev traits were very favorable here to the Raiders. Josh Jacobs went from, what is this? Come on. A superstar to a superstar X factor with the ankle breaker ability. How are you not giving him like the power back one? But whatever, that's still, I'll take it. Darren Waller got himself an X factor ability. He got rack 'em up. Nice. And then I flipped over to the defensive side of the ball. I was like, man, we didn't get anything on the defense. This Morrow guy went up a dev trade. But actually, how old is he? I know he's out of contract, but Trayvon Mullen! Mullen went up to a superstar. Strip specialist. I'll take that every damn day. So, didn't make the playoffs, but silver lining, our team's still looking pretty damn good. Couple retirements here for the Raiders. Incognito's easily the biggest loss. I don't know who Sam Young is. And Witten, hopefully, for the love of God of every football fan ever, does not go back to the booth on Monday nights. Little roster management here. I'm getting rid of Mariota. No way I'm having Marcus Mariota take up $10 million. Like, I don't hate Mariota. Like, I might even consider bringing him back. Look, another one. Tyrell Williams, $11 million. Oh, I can't release you. Yet. Now, there's some, like, weird contracts on this team. I'm being honest with you. But, yeah, I knew Mariota, $10 million. Well, there's no way we were keeping that. I think there might be. I was actually, able to re-sign Morrow. Cheap deal, just because he went up star dev. Might as well just have that cover on the roster. Let's get rid of Heath. $3 million. Don't need that. And comfortable. And San Joyner could take over as the free safety, at least for a year. So there we go. We have a little bit of bucks. Looking and peeking at free agency. Now we're on $40 million. $42 million. We can make a splash if we want. As far as free agency is concerned, I'm going to reunite one player. Assembly. Kalishi Assembly was an all-pro, I'm pretty sure. At least Pro Bowler at minimum when he was with the Raiders. Bring him back. I was looking at other positions. Really, I needed guard. I needed a D tackle. Because as much as I want to go end, Crosby 79 star, Farrell 78, he's only 24. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense right now to upgrade that or even draft that position. So I'm looking at D tackle. Need a partner for Mo Hurst. Rankins is there as a free agent. That's really the only kind of option that I would like. And that's, there's already 2 big bids on him. Also, corner. I could use another corner. I'm looking at Des King. Scheme fit. But that's also, $10 million a year. Kind of cap it. So, and we need spots to go in free agency. So, I'm thinking, actually, What do you call it? Michael Davis ain't bad. 26 star dev, 75. Where does that put us? So this puts us in first place. It's not. All right, yeah, those are the spots we go in the draft. D tackle and corner. Hopefully we land Kalicia Assembly. Finish out the O-line here. Colton Miller's up for his 5th-year option. I think it's probably worth signing. Star dev, you know, linemen are difficult enough to come by in the draft, especially once we get past this first year where it's all Madden generate classes. So let's, yeah, long-term plans, Colton Miller, very much in them. All right, we're here at pick 18 in the 2021 draft. Sting C and Caleb Farley go right there to the Patriots, right ahead of us, because corner is a position that we were considering, and that's definitely a player. No good trades. Not even going to think about trading here. So you're aboard. All right, players we didn't scout. Trey Lance, Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle, Azeez Ojulari is still on the board. I wouldn't hate wide receiver. That's just not... And hell, even Trey Lance wouldn't be the worst possible move because Carr is at that point. But let's see what we got in terms of scouting. We have some linemen still available, but that's more so going to be, you know, day 2, somewhere in that range. But a lot of options here. A lot of guards. Raduns, Slater, Mayfield, Trey Smith, Vera Tucker, all solid guards that we could bring in because we essentially only have Kalicia Assembly on a 1-year deal. Defensively, there are some solid ends. We got Quincy Roche from Miami, the Temple transfer, 1st-round grade. But, you know, are we really ready to give up on Cleveland Ferrell? Probably not. Kwity Paye could be interesting because I think in our scheme, probably, you know, could move him to D tackle if we want to. Undersized D tackle, 6'4", 280. Like, that is as small of a D tackle as you would ever want in the NFL. And it could be cool, though. Michigan, reuniting him with Mo Hurst. Considering our D tackles aren't particularly great, we have Marvin Wilson here from Florida, who's early 2nd-round talent. I mean, that wouldn't be a bad pick if we made that in the 1st round, but you would argue maybe there's better value. Looking at some of these D tackles, there's no bona fide looking studs, but there's solid players that could come in and fill in. But Paye might be the option and get a little creative there, a little cutesy with the D line. A couple linebackers here: Surratt, Owosu Karoma, Dylan Moses there, Zaven Collins from Tulsa, 1st-round grade at outside linebacker. That's, you know, we just did re-sign Nicholas Moore, though. He was 26, 72, but a star dev. And then the secondary, we have Sean Wade, Ohio State. He's a slot corner. This is tough. This is honestly, Javon Holland at free safety also could make a lot of sense. Elite athlete, and LaMarcus Joyner is very expensive, and he's on a regression. He's on the downswing of his career. So those are the picks. Let me know who we're making. I'm thinking like that would be my short list. Javon Holland, Horn, Sean Wade, probably at corner. Those would be the big 2. We can get Collins at outside linebacker. On the defensive line, we have Marvin Wilson, or we do something like get Kwity Paye and move him inside to a defensive tackle spot, or I guess lineman. So let me know in the comment section below. This is going to be all on you guys. What player should we go after in the 1st round? Or, hey, even Quincy Roche, 1st-rounder D-end, and kind of give up on Farrell. Or do something weird and move Cleveland Ferrell or something like that into defensive tackle. So it's all going to be up to you guys. Whatever direction we go here with this Raiders 1st-round pick, let me know in the comment section below. But that'll do it for today's video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. As always, your first time stopping by, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. Smash the like button if you enjoyed. I'm asking for likes because that's what my channel desperately needs. I am starving for likes to help out my videos in the YouTube algorithm. So if you enjoyed the content, if you enjoyed my channel, you want to help me out, that is all I ask for, is a thumbs up. And I'll see you guys back here tomorrow with episode 10 of the Philadelphia Eagles Madden 21 franchise, our NFC divisional game against the Seattle Seahawks. Should be a good one. I'll see you then. Peace out.